What is up YouTube, this is Siddesh Kulte and you're watching the icosa. Well, in this video we are going to install Kali Linux with the help of VirtualBox. Well, actually inside VirtualBox, sorry for the mistake. And yes, we are not going to use any type of USB sticks and no live persistence, nothing at all, just a simple and clean installation of Kali Linux and some basic commands with it. So without any delay, let's get started. First, I'll open up the preferred browser. Perhaps I'm opening Chrome. You can also go for Tor, but I don't think that's actually necessary over here. So just go on and type in VirtualBox. And yeah, I had a recent search on that. And you could go for the downloads over here or just on the main site. I'll prefer this one. Over here, you can choose your operating system, and as I'm using Windows, so I'll go for Windows hosts and it will start downloading. Fine, now I've already installed VirtualBox, so I won't actually be installing it again. I'll just show you how the setup actually looks like. Okay, fine. First, let me give you how the setup looks like. So in here, and this is the setup file. Just run it if it asks for any permission, and click next. And as I said, I have already installed, so it will give this screen. Otherwise it's like a normal installation from the installation wizard. So I'll just click cancel, and yes, finally finish. That's all. Now just installing the VirtualBox won't actually help, and you actually need to install Kali Linux on your well, actually download the Kali Linux ISO file for VirtualBox. So for that, we'll head up to Chrome again and new tab, close this one and type in Kali Linux, hit enter, and here is the official website. So I prefer the download link over here. I'll close this one. Now here you don't need to install the Kali Linux installer file or the live ISO file, because we are going to head down over here and you'll see this Kali Linux 64-bit VirtualBox. So this is the version which we are going to download, as this will give us some pre-configured files which are like you can say cream on the pie. So that's actually pretty decent thing. Now if you're using a 32-bit operating system, go for the 32-bit installation. It's the same as the 64-bit one. As I'm running 64-bit, so I'll be going for this one. Alright, so we are on the download page. So just go down and you'll see this Kali Linux VirtualBox images. There are also images for Hyper-V and VMware. So if you installed one of those, or those are already installed in your operating system, you can also install Kali Linux using those, as this tutorial includes VirtualBox. So you can go for the direct download or the torrent download according to your preference. Now as I have already downloaded Kali Linux ISO image, so I won't be downloading that again. I'm a really data conservative man, so I'm really sorry for that. So I won't be downloading that again and again. I'll just close this browser and that's all. Now after you have installed the Kali Linux ISO file, it will look something like this. So over here I'm having these two files actually. So you will be getting the VBox AMD 64 Kali Linux 2020.2 and the SHA 256 sum file as well. Now these are the two files which we will get over there, as I was playing for something like editing stuff, so that's why I have 4 over in here. So just leave it as it is. Now what do we need to do next? Well, open up VirtualBox now. Alright, so you won't get this thing over here, as I have already installed Kali Linux on my VirtualBox. That's why it's showing up in here. But don't worry, you can go in new and set up the Kali Linux things from in here and give it the file source. But as a preferred method, I'll go in file and there's this option over here called as import appliance. So just click on this one and this icon. Now okay, I play games, that's why those files in there, and just click on Kali Linux VirtualBox. And as I had downloaded this one, so I'll just click on this, the main file, and open. Now after that, click on next and voila, you get all the pre-configured things as they are. So you can just configure any other stuff if you want, like increasing the RAM, the CPU count, and don't play with this. And yes, you can change the name from over here. Just double click on it and these things will be remained as they are. Well, if you want to change the controller IDE, you can change that from here as well. And if you want to change the base folder, there is an option over here as well. For the machine, you can go for whatever you want. And after that, just go click on import and agree. Now after you agree, it'll actually start importing and installing Kali Linux on your VirtualBox. Well, actually it will just import, it won't actually install. We need to install it on our own. So as I have already installed it, so I won't do this process again. It'll take some time, maybe 15 to 30 minutes, so have some patience as patience pays. Now I'll close this one and close this. After you have imported and installed Kali Linux, it will be something like this. It will come up, so you can change the name from here as well. If you haven't changed that, it's up to you, and you can go in settings and change up the general system settings or display settings, up to you. Now one thing I would like to say is that go in network and enable network adapter. Now after you have enabled network adapter, you can go in attach to and choose from a variety of options. I would prefer NAT or the bridged adapter, although it is your choice, but according to me and personal means, I think NAT and bridged adapter are the ones I would prefer. So choosing NAT, I'll say OK. And finally after that, just let these things be as it is, don't play with it please, and just hit on start. Yes, it does take some time, so have some patience. And finally it's started. Well, you'll be greeted with this screen. So now I won't do anything, just go on and press enter in Kali GNU Linux. And if you get any prompts over here, you can just go on and click close. That's how to do it. Personally, I'm in love with this boot. I mean, it's just amazing. Just look at its elegance. Kali Linux, I'm in love with you. Thanks to offensive security, perhaps. They're the ones who made this, and it's really amazing. I mean, the bootloader, it just really fires up the inside me. Well, just a tip now, that if this is your first boot, so the pre-named, what do we say, the username and password won't be root and tool, but instead it will be Kali and Kali. I mean that the username will be Kali and as well as the password will be Kali. So just as an advice. Now I have made a root account on my operating system, so I'll just log into that to show you what things go on. I'm again speaking that it won't be root and your password, but it will be Kali and Kali as your username and password. Then after that, just hit login. And that's it. Your Kali Linux is actually started in a virtual machine. Yep, that's all you need to do, but you need to configure some things as well. Now you won't be having these things over here, as I have already done some editing and stuff like that over here, so you won't be greeted with that, but you will be having the trash file, the file system, and the home directory. So just to check something, just go on and open up terminal here. Now just type in this command, who am I, and hit enter. and here you will be seeing Kali instead of root. Now as I have logged into my root account, that's why it's saying it is root, but for you it will be Kali, so just don't panic with it. And that's all. Now the main thing comes up is that, close this thing. I'll open this thing. Well, yes, I could open this with terminal. Perhaps go on and type in leaf pad. Again, I'm telling you that this won't be there. I just want to show you some commands which you need to go for, right? So I'll just open this thing up. Well, this is the preferred command which you need to copy and paste it. I will give the command in the description of this video. So what you need to do is just copy this command, and over here just enter this. Now before entering, I would say that you need to log into your root account and then do the following, because this actually won't work on the second user account which you made right now, which is actually named as Kali or whatever it is. So I guess it's not working. Okay, yeah, fine. So place keyboard. Fine. So this actually does is actually updates your Kali Linux and upgrades it as well. Well, along with it, it also upgrades your distro, which is the main thing of all. Because just updating the Kali Linux won't actually work. You need to update your Debian OS as well. Well, before updating your Kali Linux to the latest version, I would like to give you some piece of advice. So it is that you will actually experience a lot of network lag due to the server, which is actually really crowded. So to fix this, you can actually use the mirror links and edit the sources.list file. So here's how to do it. Go on to your terminal and type in change directory /etc/apt and hit enter. Now just use the ls, which is the list command, and you will actually get this sources.list file over here. So what you can do is just type in nano and use sources.list and hit enter. After that, you will see this two commands over here, which is the deb http rolling whatever it is. The first one is the rolling version of Kali Linux, while the second one is actually the source. So these links will actually be different for you, and to change them you can go into Chrome and type in Kali Linux mirrors and hit enter. Now there is this mirror list which is officially provided by Kali Linux, so you can trust this. Open it with a new tab, and now here are some list of mirrors which you can go through. Now I would like to say that there is this priority scale over here, so I would prefer if the priority is actually 400 rather than just 100, because that will increase the server speed and efficiency, which will actually lead to you can say less buffer, and you will get a high internet speed. So that's it. Now how you can change this is actually just copy this link from in here, and just to move in this you can use the up down keys and the space and back keys. So now just go on to here and you can cut this and just edit it according to what you want. Now to save this, actually you need to press the left control key and the X key at the same time, and then you will be provided the prompt over here. So just say Y and then hit enter. Now as you have updated the sources list, you will actually get a lot better internet speed. So now you can actually update your operating system and get it the latest version. So that was all for this video, and yes, one more thing as well. So just close this thing, and if you want to make this full screen, what you can do is just click on view, and here's this full screen mode over here. So before going to the full screen mode, you will be prompted with this screen which says that if you want to get back, just press the host plus F. For me it is the right control as host plus the F key. So if I switch, and there it is, it is the full screen mode. Now if you want to change the display settings, what you can do is just hit on this button over here, and by the way you can see that they have arranged these things in a really better manner. I mean, just there are many amazing tools over here. So if you want to change the display settings, go on to this settings area, and there is this display option. So you can just go onto this one, and you can change the resolution up to what your computer really likes. And then after that, just change the refresh rate as well. For me it is just 59.9. I don't know why, but it is. And then just click apply, and after that just close this one. Now if you want to return to the main windowed mode, you can just hit the host name plus the F key, and that's it. You are actually returned to the windowed mode. So that was all for this one, and hope you really like it. In the next video I'll be covering some basic commands in Kali Linux, so stay tuned for that.